Good evening, Flosstube. Happy Monday. It is the first day of the week. If you're in Arkansas, for sure, it's the first day of school for those of you who have students or are teachers. So, congratulations. I hope that it was a very, very good day. I am recording this actually Monday morning. It's 7:25. I live on the road for our high school in the town that I live in. I hear all of the traffic. I just saw my first school bus of the year taking a load of students over to the campus. So excited for you guys. I do not have any students in high school. My baby girl is getting ready for college next week. I'm so not ready to say that. She leaves this Friday to go to Texas. She's going to stay for almost a week with her roommate and their family to get to know them. They're going to go get their nails done Saturday. They're going to, I don't know what else they're going to do, run around and eat, shop for stuff that they need. They've kind of been feeding off of each other for the past several months about how they're going to decorate their rooms, what their color schemes are, what each other needs, that kind of stuff. So she was fortunate enough to get a substantial scholarship, and in part of that scholarship, they sent, I guess, preparation money. So they were like, hey, here's some money to get what you need in order to be successful in college, which I thought was amazing. She was smart enough to have asked for most of the things that she needed for Christmas. She set up an Amazon account. Everybody was freaking out calling me because it said wedding shower, I think. I was like, nope, it's just college prep. So they were able to bless her with a lot of the things that she needed. She's pretty smart about that. She selected things like hair product, soap, cleaning supplies, coffee flavors. I'm trying to think of what she got. She got those in like mass bulk, because they would come in like 3 or 5, 6, however much in a box. So she's got enough to go through her whole college career, really. I mean, you take one each semester. So she did that. She got all of her bedding already. I think she's buying new towels. She planned to take the towels that we were gifted after last year's incident. Her church came through substantially during that time. But because she had this money and she has to spend it specifically for school stuff, and she has to account for every dollar or she pays it back, which makes sense. So she was like, I can just buy towels down there and get the size that I need, the color that I need, etc. So I said that was perfectly fine. So she bought her bed topper this weekend. Just a good orthopedic topper. She has scoliosis, so beds are a challenge. We got to make sure that she is comfortable sleeping, and that's another thing that she's going to have to do while she's down there next week is find her a chiropractor, because they are definitely her lifeline. So, anyways, back on y'all. I was talking about y'all. I don't have to wake her up. I don't have to make her breakfast. I don't have to do all of the things she's going to sleep in probably today. So, congratulations to you guys who are getting ready to go. So go be world changers, and I'm praying for you, and I'm proud of you. If you follow me on Facebook, it's just under Melissa Lore. I put a prayer in there this morning for all of our teachers. So be blessed, my friends. Now on to cross stitch. Actually, life updates. Let's see, because a lot has happened this week since I saw you guys. The kid's grandmother, great-grandmother actually, passed away on Wednesday. She had dementia for several months now, developed COVID pneumonia, was unconscious. I think I got the call on Saturday, was unconscious completely Sunday, I believe. Monday had no pain stimulation, nothing going on. So we prepared the kids. They're old enough, but it's still their great grandma. It's their Granny Grumps. And so we took care of the Wednesday. She passed away about 1 o'clock in the morning. Friday was the funeral, and all of his family. It's a unique family dynamic situation. My family is very tight, very close. His family not so much. So we just kind of clung to each other. The kids, Dennis and I, just kind of stayed in our own little bubble to protect each other for the mayhem. So did that this week. Work was crazy this weekend. Did not get to do a lot of stitching. Erica and her boyfriend of 2 years did decide to break up. She's okay. She's all right. She knows that God's got a plan for her, and this is just part of it. And so she's looking forward to the next chapters. Erica is a very independent person. I don't know, for those of you who have followed, you've kind of heard a few Erica stories. I haven't told a lot, but if you follow me on Facebook or Instagram, not so much Instagram, but Facebook, you'll see Erica's a very independent, very mobile person. She's all the time going somewhere. This week, or this summer, she was at camp all summer. Then she went to National Fine Arts in Orlando with her youth group. Now she's preparing to go to Texas to be with a friend before she actually moves into Texas. She doesn't sit still. When she does sit still, she's surrounded by people. She has a beautiful personality. People just flock to her. She has friends literally all over the country because of events and things that she's involved herself in. She's not one to sit at home and just do nothing. If she's at home, she is networking. So she did the call to ministry thing in Springfield. It was a national kind of camp for people wanting to go into ministry. So she met people from all over the country there. She seriously networked with some of the national leaders for the Assemblies of God. And so she has already set up her summer to do camps, children's ministry camps, to go and do a mentorship, I think it is, like in Arizona or somewhere. Like she's got it going on. So, and her degree is in marketing with a minor in children's ministry. So my kid is not going to be sitting still anytime soon. And that's fine. That's perfectly fine. My other child, my other daughter, is a homebody. She enjoys being home. She enjoys being with her kittens, cats, and she enjoys talking to her family. So that's what we do. My son is all over the place just helping everybody else where he can. So that's the world of Dolores. I really think that's about it. Except be in prayer for my middle one. She suffers from endometriosis. She has for a few years now. She was in the ER all night last night. Mama was up waiting on her to be treated. Because of COVID, I wasn't going to go. She lives an hour away, and I wasn't going to go down there to have to sit in the parking lot. So, anyways, she's in a lot of pain this week. So, please keep her in your prayers. I don't like my babies to suffer. All right, now on to stitching. So, I created this little template. I'm kind of excited about it. So, it's going to kind of hopefully keep me in check. I needed to put on their personal notes so that I can keep myself in line. As I have been doing for the last few weeks, I just wanted to start out with an inspirational quote, just something for you guys. Sometimes the bravest and the most important thing that you can do is just show up. I'm on a Brene Brown kick, so there you go. That's Brene. Sometimes things don't go the way that you want to. You don't get a lot of stitching done, since we're talking about Stitch World. You don't get to do the things that you wanted to do just because you're not feeling it. Attitude, check, whatever needs to happen. Sometimes the best thing that you can do is just show up. Just, hey, I'm in the game. I may not succeed, but I'm here. I'm doing that a lot lately. This week, I did have a finish. It is not an FFO, but it is an FO. It's a finished project. This is Little Quaker Christmas by Susan Ake. Nobody has corrected me, so I'm just going to call her Ake. That's how it's spelled. Somebody said Achi one time in their pronunciation, and I'm just not sure. These were DMC colors. Her patterns do not call for DMC, does not have a DMC translation. I Googled what does Susan Ake use and went from there. So they're probably not perfectly the same colors that she used on hers, but they're pretty daggone close. This motif is a combination of like a coral color, I don't have the numbers out, and 666 Christmas red. So I love that. I did not do the little snowflakes. Katie was over here. I had finished it, was excited about it. And I said, Sissy, what do you think about these little snowflakes? And she said, that's too much. So I didn't do the snowflakes. I liked it to be clean like this. The snowflakes were just little dots, and it was like a pink color. And it was just little random dots in here. And some were 4 squares, some looked like stars, and some were just, you know, 1 stitch. And I didn't want it to be nasty in the back. So I keep a pretty clean back. It's not perfect, but it's a pretty clean back. And I certainly didn't want to carry, and I didn't want a whole bunch of little bitty dots. So that's what I did. That is on 28 count, even weave. And I love it. So I'm probably going to frame this one, but I don't know. I'll talk to my aunt and see what she thinks about a finish. We'll move on from there. Donna, that's what you have to look forward to. So I went back into my whip book, which I haven't been great at keeping up this week. This week was one of those weeks that just doesn't happen. And so I just wrote on the top of it, finished. I want to keep up with that better, but it just hasn't happened yet. So let me go ahead and move into Happy Mail, and then I'm going to show you my whips. This is the Prairie Schoolers Songs of the Season. I found this in a Facebook and stashing group. I'm sorry, I can't remember who I ordered it from. But I absolutely love all of these. It has, because you're probably not going to be able to see it, Peace on Earth, Goodwill to Men, Joy to the World, Jolly Old St. Nicholas, Deck the Halls with Boughs of Holly, Santa Claus is Coming to Town. It has You Better at the top and Watch Out at the bottom, so I was trying to figure out what it was saying. And then Oh Come All You Faithful. The patterns look super easy to read. It calls for being stitched on 18 count Pussy Willow Gray Ada. Of course, using 2 strands of floss. It does have it's all done in DMC. I will it was purchased from House of Stitches in, looks like Minnesota. I just can't remember who I bought it from. I will definitely be doing called for colors and probably doing 18 count Ada, but at this point I have a lot of material, so I will be selecting something from what I have. Let's see, so I got that. And then my friend Steph Schaffner from Just Keep Stitching has talked about Friday Night Fight Nights several times in their shows, and I was like, what is that about? So I went and joined the group, which is Be Stitch Me. It's hand-dyed fabrics. And what happens is, because I really didn't understand what happened, so I'm going to explain it to you so that you can understand what I got from it. And what happens is on Friday night, it's 7 o'clock. I think it was Central Time. I think it was. She posts albums in the group Be Stitch Me, and inside the albums are the products that she has for sale at that point. So there's going to be several albums. I did not know that. The album folder is clear before the show happens. And then there are folders of Lugana and Even Weave and Ada and Linen. I feel like there's some more. So what I did, because I didn't know what was happening and what was going on, what I did was I just opened the first thing that I saw, because they're going to pop up consecutively. I mean, you got to give her a couple of seconds, but people are so fast. And I was on my phone. If I'd been on my computer, it probably would have been a little bit faster and easier for me to navigate. I do everything on my phone, which is my fault. So, I went in and I just started scrolling through. I'm sorry, I'm rocking the camera. I need to do better on that. Scrolling through all of the pictures, and anything that was not, somebody's calling me. I need to, anything that was not, called already, I just went ahead and claimed it, because I saw that people were saying, go ahead and give it to the next person, because multiple people would claim it. So let me just show you what I got. So the first piece that I got, and I don't know anything about stitching with any of these, so this is going to be an experience. It's not probably going to happen immediately. The first piece that I got was an 18 by 27 piece of Lugana 25 count, and this is an opal color. This one's called Opal. So this is a beautiful pink and purple, very modeled piece. So pretty. No, I'm sorry, it's called Punch. Opal is the, I guess it's the sparkles, the texture thing that it's going on there. This is a 40 count even weave, 18 by 27, and it's called Neptune. No, opal is the material. I'm sorry, I didn't know that. I'm looking at the lines and I'm seeing what's happening. So this is a gorgeous blue piece. Absolutely gorgeous. I love blue. Blue is my color. That's amazing. This is a 18 by 27 piece of even weave, 40 count in Stonehenge. So this is so pretty. That beautiful gray stone color. I love it. It's so soft. So soft. And this is an 18 by 27 Lugana in 32 count. And it doesn't have a color on it. There's no name. This is a beautiful pink. Trying to get the colors to come through. I don't think it's happening. You know what? This side's better. Maybe you can get more color. This is an 18 by 27 Lugana in 32 count Autumn. This is a pretty, gorgeous piece. Different colors all the way up and down. I don't know what I'm going to do on that, but it's going to be amazing. And then this was a free piece. So the next day, the day after, she puts up things that are left over. You can claim them, and then she's going to do a drawing from the people who bought the night before. So there's not a color listed on this one. This is an 18 by 21 piece of 18 count Ada, and it's an opal material. So you got all those sparkles. Can y'all see the sparkles? I hope you can. It's a blue color. So love it. Can't wait. So exciting. That was fun. Don't know how often I'm going to do that. Each piece was like $20. So, you know, it's something that I can work with though. So that's where I'm looking at. Now on to whips. I have all of my whips in a beautiful little basket. And they're just kind of stacked in there neatly, so that I can keep them straight when I'm going to them. This week I worked on, my goal was to work on one piece each day for the week. Of course, things were a little bit crazy and it didn't happen every day, but I was pretty consistent for a minute. First off, I'm going to show you Little Red House by Brenda Keyes. That's what it looks like. Beautiful. And this week I worked on the bottom right. So I got the tree and the dog and the tall plant done. And some of the stairs. So that's what I worked on. So this is where I've gotten in the last 2 weeks. I got this stuff done last week, this done this week. I want to do a lot more on that. My goal for August, I called it All the Things August, and my goal for August is to bust out several of the whips that I've started that will be easy to do. Sorry for the crinkling, I'm just trying to keep everything straight. And I know I'm not going to finish some of the big pieces, but I want to get substantial amounts done. This is Seeking Refuge by the Scarlet House. That's what it looks like. This was my stitch along that I started with Steph, and I worked on getting all of the windows in black, and I've got some more of the roof done. But this is where I'm at so far on the whole project. This won't take me long if I can just sit down and work hard on it. Which I'm off next weekend. Erica's gone next weekend, so that may happen next weekend. And then the week after, I'm moving her into college, so we're going down Wednesday night, or Wednesday afternoon. She moves in Thursday afternoon, so I'll have all of Thursday morning. And then Friday, we have a parent thing for an hour. Saturday, we have a parent thing for an hour. Sunday, we have church and a prayer thing, and then we're dismissed. So, I'm going to have some serious time to stitch. Her dad is going with me. I told him to bring something to entertain himself because I was cross-stitching. Like, I'm not a touristy person. I don't want to get out, get lost, and I would rather stitch. The next one I worked on is Whispered by the Wind, and this is Winter Homes. This is a set that I'm doing for my grandma. She forgot. For Christmas, this is the winter set. And I worked on the snowman. I've almost got him done. And that's a little bird. I just got to put a beak on him and he'll be done. Just needs a beak. I also worked on spring, and I'm going to do the title at the top in variegated floss in the colors that it calls for, you know, the pinks and the blues and whatever. So that's going to be fun. This one is a lot more work because you've got the trees. A lot more work. So I worked on the little garden. Where is my material? Well, okay, just kidding. Not sure where my material is. Use your imagination, and I worked on the garden. I'm not sure. I know I haven't lost it. It's around here somewhere. Okay. So then I worked on Flea Market Flowers, which I failed miserably on this stitch along, but that's okay. But I got some stems done. That's really all I got done on that one. I think that was like a last ditch effort to try to start on that, and then I got distracted. I think that's what happened there. Long May She Wave. My grandma has decided she's going to claim this one. So she likes the truck. So I worked on the flag yesterday. Now, when I say I'm at work and I'm cross-stitching, My officers know I like to be left alone. I like to watch my floss tube, and I like to cross stitch. So what happens on the weekend is usually my officers leave me alone. No big deal. So we have one in training, and so the officers have been more at the office. So yesterday we got really busy. I started this at 6 and we got really busy. I was working on the flag. And so about 11 o'clock, my officer calls me and he said, Melissa. And I said, what? And he said, I'm going to need you to put up your cross stitch, turn off your Netflix, and do whatever you did yesterday because this is ridiculous. We're too busy for a Sunday. Because the day before, I had to work on warrants and doing all of my file stuff, and we didn't have a single call. So I told him no, and I was going to be stitching. But we got too busy for me to keep going. So I've got some red, white work done. That's about it. There's flowers that go on top of this and another flag. There's a finish of this flag and a little bit more vinery, and this baby will be done. I just need to get it done. That's what I need to do. I just need to get it done. That's the point of all the things August. And this is called Quilt 1. This is by the Strawberry Bloom. And she is working on putting out her patterns. So go find her, check her out. This is supposed to be a model piece, and I have failed her miserably, so I'm so sorry. But I am working on it now. So all of these little squares, this is going to be like a quilt pattern all the way across, or all the way around, and each of these has little bitty strawberries on it. So being blue, that was super fun, because you know I love blue. I just need to work on that and get it done. It's tedious though. All of those little squares, it's just tedious work. And then I said, because it's August and it's all the things August, I wasn't going to have any new starts. But I had already purchased Bats and Booze. This lattice work is going to kill me, y'all. It's white. Can you see it? I've seen a lot of people, I'm showing it to you backwards. I've seen a lot of people have changed the color of the lattice work to do different colors. Probably should have done that. I saw some purple yesterday and it was gorgeous. But I am one to go by the called for. It will be a beautiful piece. It's just lost my attention because the lattice work is so tedious. So I'm gonna get that worked on, maybe some this week. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep up with that. I'm trying to get everything else done. So apparently this is a short show, which is fine. Some are longer than others and some are really, really short. So I just didn't talk as much, I don't think, as I usually do. I hope that you guys have a great week. I hope that you get some rest tonight. For those of you who just returned back to school, you're going to need it. Go ahead and go to bed early. I hope that you guys have a lot of fun stitching this week. For those of you who are returning to school, I don't even know what your schedule is going to look like, and I'm sorry. But it's going to be a great year. I'm going to encourage you with that. It's going to be a great year. So have a good night. Have a blessed week. Find me on Instagram. I'm going to do better about posting all of my work. Find me on Facebook just to follow life. I don't post as much on Facebook about my stitching as I do Instagram. And until next Monday, be blessed, my friends. I'll see you soon. Bye.